You are now tuned into the Mankind Podcast.
What's up, Mankind? I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling amazing, I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the breeze. Hey, bro, you know what they might not know about me, Mankind? You want to know? Bro, they don't know I'm a full-blown paisa, 100%. Straight out of Mexico, eating a lot of beans and chorizo and shit. All of that. I was born in Hermosillo, Sonora. You know what I mean? I've been in Tucson, Arizona since I was like 1.5 years old. So I basically grew up here. I rep as my hometown because it basically is. I know you disagree, suck my dick, feel me? Bro, that's a funny story. And I already told you the story, but I want to tell all these people that I don't know because I haven't really told this story to a lot of people. But basically, a few years ago when I wanted to start taking like music serious and all that, I hated the last name I had. So I was like, you know what? I got to go for a rebrand. And I still had that Royal theme, but I didn't have the name. So I was like, all right, this girl I was dating at the time, or we broke up or whatever. And I was like, hey, they call this girl Royal or whatever. That's just kind of fire, but don't fit her. It fits me. So I was like, you know what? Royal Cortez. And ever since then, it just stuck. You know what I mean? All right, bro. So basically a few years ago, I wanted to get my foot in the door. But the thing is, though, I always had a passion, like for reading articles and stuff like that. And I was doing my research, Googling everything that was in Tucson, like blogs, podcasts, and everything. And I thought the perfect way would be, shit, fuck it, why don't I just start a blog? So I was looking around and shit, and the only one I found in Tucson was We Are Bugging Out. So I reached out to Pike and I asked him, hey, bro, how did you start this podcast? Because I want to start my own. And he basically offered me a spot to start writing for his blog. We Are Bugging Out. Wabo. So since my first article, I was trying to just get into the groove of things. So I always took it seriously, but I didn't find my serious mode. Like, let's say after a few months, because I was still trying to find my voice, trying to find how I liked writing articles, what type of stuff I wanted to do with the pieces. And ever since then, I had a little break, but it gave me a chance to reevaluate things and reaffirm my passion for it. So I think for me personally, I usually just go off the vibe, the energy I get. So what I try to do, look into the artist, listen to the music, and if I fuck with it, most likely I'll write about it, but more goes into it than just that. I have to like the type of person you are, because I can't just write about anybody, because I feel like if I write about someone that's like a piece of shit, that's a bad look. And then it's also the thing for me, if you don't pay the producers whose beats you're rapping on, I probably won't write on you either. Because that's important to me as a creative. Because if you don't value their art, why should we value yours? All right, so personally, I have 3 people that I really fuck with.
Tell us about all 3.
So personally, I got to mention one of my guys, Red, R3D. Because for the first place, the whole reason I wanted to start blogging is because I saw him working and I didn't see no one actually like throwing him in any lobs, like no coverage. And I was like, nah, that's unacceptable. So I wanted actually one of the first few articles was about him. So that was something very important to me, to give the love to one of my guys. But also Aski, 850. Because dude's young. He's been steady putting music out for the last 3 years. Quality ass shit. The first song I heard from him was Shark Tank. And ever since then, he hasn't let me down. And then also, the third guy would probably have to be Cash Lansky. Because authentic, genuine ass person. He's the first person that threw me the lob. Like, he's the first person that actually gave me, like, I wouldn't say validation, but the first person that, like, shouted me out. Wow. You know what I mean? So I think that established me. All right, so most of the time, since I just been writing on artists and stuff like that, it just depends. Like, if I'm listening to a song, a video, I probably just put it on repeat a few times. Just gotta make sure I really fuck with it. And if I do, I'll just vibe out a little bit, maybe drink a little bit of tequila, and then just start, like, writing down thoughts, etc. And then I'll try to put it into an article form, like, try to put it more like meat on the bone. But honestly, I feel like it's just very simple. If I rock with it and I enjoy it and I feel like the person deserves that coverage, I don't mind writing an article because, hard work deserves recognition. All right, so personally, I feel like profile. You know, it's a little sub article I used to do. Basically like a little biography interview type thing. Like a 2K profile, you know, like LeBron James, coming straight out of Cleveland, Ohio. Honestly, I feel like, yes, anyone could write an article about the songs, the content. But the thing is, though, a lot of times the people will get behind you and they know who you are, like know your story. So that's why I wanted to do that. So personally, I feel like I enjoy the profile a little bit more because it just gets me out of my element. Honestly, I feel like fuck no, because first of all, like, I'm not going to make no excuses and shit, etc. Like, I was in a weird ass funk where I had to focus on stuff outside of blogging and all that. Plus, it's like I wanted to do my own thing as well. You know what I mean? And then I'm the type of person that if I see some things are not as how it should be, then I'm just going to stop rocking with you and start my own thing. But my whole intent now that I actually have control of a website that's mine and shit, establishing my own platform, I'm going to make sure it's consistent. And the whole thing is consistency matters. So that's what I want. I want to release articles every fucking day. Shit, even when you're in the damn bathroom. So that's consistency matters to me. All right, so in my area there isn't pretty much shit. Like blog wise, but there's a lot of dope ass podcasts. Shout out to Mankind Podcast, feel me? The Hood Diner. There's a few others. I'm trying to, the Science of Things. Yes, sir. So let me think. All right, so for the Arizona, I read, I'm active on Twitter, so I always try to see what's out there, and I've seen a few. But the thing is, though, I've been trying to Google them on to find their websites, but I haven't found shit. So it's like, where are they? So honestly, for blog wise, I don't think there is no competition. So that's why it's kind of easy for me to come back in, because a 2-year gap as a writer, right? Some people could say, why are we in a fuck with him, right? But the quality will be there. So that's for you. That's for them to decide. So my audience, honestly, I want, for my website, I'm aiming it to be a little bit for everybody. I want everybody to feel like they could go on my website, read whatever topic they want to read about. I don't care if they don't fuck with the music. I don't care if they don't fuck with the TV shows. I don't care if they fuck with the food. As long as they fuck with something, that's all that matters. All right. Honestly, before, when I was younger, because I'm pretty young still, but when I was younger, I would really take it kind of, I guess you could say I had more of a chip on my shoulder. So it kind of, I would react, because I'm a hothead naturally. So my first reaction is like, all right, fuck you, get off my dick. But as I grew, as I got older, I try to read it in between the lines, because a lot of people could say it's criticism, but they could just be talking shit. So I always try to take a little bit out of everything and add it into the formula and hopefully perfect it. Definitely. All right, so when I was younger, I guess I was a little bit more like closed-minded when it came to music. A lot of times I would hear something, I'm like, nah, I ain't fucking with this. I'll just turn it off. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I still do that. But for the most part, I always try to keep open mind. I always try to listen to different things. And this is something that's very important to me. If I get like, all right, so when I used to like read over like the submission list, right? I would always listen to each one. So if I didn't write about it, let's say if someone sends me an article, right? If I didn't write about it, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I'm not going to write about it if I don't fuck with it. All right, so it's very important to me to stay connected to my roots, because I feel like a lot of people, once they get a little bit of clout, they forget who they are. They forget where they come from. So I always try to fuck with people like me. Try to fuck with people who I see are Latinos or people of color pushing their product. And this is something I really hate about certain people. They just hate on anything just to hate on it. And I'm more the type of person that will show love to it. And I always try to read articles about Latinos, people of color. And it doesn't matter in music, but in culture and period. Like movies, TV shows, everything. All right, so first of all, I feel like Tucson has the best musical scene in Arizona, period. Because I feel like everything's way more connected here. Like, there's so many people, so many artists, different styles, different type of production. It's amazing to see. And I feel like we could be a true artist hub like Atlanta, let's say Chicago, fucking New York, Cali. And I feel like what helps us the most, yes, Phoenix might be bigger. All these other cities in Arizona might be bigger. But honestly, I'm not, the music, I feel like, could be connected a little bit better. All right, so personally, I already know that answer easily. Because I feel like way too many people, they're way too biased for this shit. So I feel like for me personally, the people I trust with their top fives will probably be my guy, R3D, Red, because he's honest about everything. And Young V. Riv from Speakerbox X. Because if you see her show, Speakerbox X, she has everybody on that shit. So there ain't no bias. Yes, it's projects. It's been a long time coming, man. I've been wanting to do this shit since 2017 at least. Actually, before then, 2016 maybe. And I feel like it's very important because we're going to have a new platform in Tucson. And not just Tucson in general, but the world in general. And this platform is going to connect me back to my roots that helped me get my foot in the door in the first place, which is blogging. But we're going to expand what we did on We Are Bugging Now and do it something way major, 100 times better. And you can see that's going to be ran by El Presidente, Big Royal 1, Royal Cortez. And I'm going to talk a lot of my shit. And I'm just looking forward to showing love to everyone that's busting their ass out here. And just making a mark and making an impact and re-establishing myself. I'm going to keep it very short for you guys because I don't want to spell too much. But all you got to know is the next few words are very important and you're going to remember it for a very long time, which is crowns and fucking thrones. That's 4 words, but fuck it. But just make sure you follow me on social media because you want to be fucking updated and stay in touch. All right, guys, this is very important. You are listening to the Mankind Podcast and this is Royal fucking Cortez and I am signing off.